Hello and welcome to Alchemy for the 21st century, the rebirth of resistance. My name's Gary. I'd just like to take a little time to talk with you about 2013 and 2014. As we know, 2013 is gone, and what we have not seen has been an economic collapse. And I'm sort of wondering how long people are going to continue believing in that old dead horse, because the collapse has already occurred. And what we see is the new global economy absorbing the old economy. And the new economy is measured and bet upon, and the old economy is no longer relevant and no longer counted. And if you live in the new economy, then you are probably doing okay. But if you live in the old economy, then you understand the meaning of the word austerity. And this is relatively the norm for the falling stars of the West. And there's probably not going to be much change in this because the new economy is going to want more. And even though they have said that they are going to cut back, all they will do is use transfer payments and climb the economic ladder. So people who have not yet felt any pain will soon begin to realize that something is not right. And 2014 begins the election process. And if you are still a believer, then what you might see is issues around morals and values. And this is relatively a twofold strategy, because it will create a collective slipping back into past times that were once more prosperous, in order to point fingers at victims for blames in the future. And if I am right on this, then one party already has a leading candidate. And what we're also seeing too is the falling stars can no longer find any new trading partners. And this is because the partners have found better deals in their own backyard. So this might not be a bad thing. So what we can say for 2014 for the falling stars is we're just going to see more of the same. There's going to be austerity. There's going to be rigidity and possibly more paranoia. But there may be a surprise, and it just might be beginning, because an old ally of the West may change its direction and become a new brick in the wall. And this brings us over to the Middle East, and we're going to see changes occur there. And that's because the cosmic clocks and their personifications are ticking away. And what we may see is the lands that Gilgamesh wandered through and felt were holy will fail in their endeavors. And this is going to bring about a new power structure, and these nations will slide away to the east in order to fulfill another nation's prophecies. And what we could see too is, as soon as the land of the kings is stabilized, we could see a partition of a country which will bring about a new land. And this new land will have foreign leaders, but many will find new homes there. And this will bring about two things. That the house of Peter will attain some power and will be able to have the means to move and begin the process of reinventing themselves for their policies of universalism. But also, too, the West will have the appearance of wearing a white hat. And let's go over to Africa, the land grab in Africa, and really there is no other place to go. And what we see is the bottom door is now open and tracks are being laid. So what we may see here is that the non-Sahara part of Africa will slide to the east, and the West will get its sand. And this brings us to the rising stars in the east, which some have called an ascension. And for one star, there is some possibilities of this, because we are beginning to see the higher levels of expression, such as confidence, courage, and mercy. But they soon may have to show their teeth, and if that does occur, then it will put a pause in their rise, because many will begin to question their policies of cooperation and conquest. So what we could say that 2014 is looking like a world divided, but this is not necessarily true, because both sides are working toward the same goal. So maybe we will begin to see a gel. What is unclear is who is going to lead and what direction we will go. In order for that to happen, one must have the blessings of the line of Nur. So what we could say here is the change will happen, but the outcome is still unclear, because the blessings could go to the unexpected. So I hope you found my interpretation interesting and will continue viewing my videos. And if you have a chance, why don't you check out my ebook Alchemy for the 21st Century, The Rebirth of Resistance, at Amazon.com. I want to take this time to thank you and hope you a blessed new year.